Woo!
All right. Oh, did I get it?
Oh man! Oh, tell me you didn't take
Did I
that. You
get
didn't
it?
go live with that.
I hope so.
Oh no! Let me turn the radio off.
Did y'all see it? I tried to get him doing the ape dance.
I hope that didn't go out. We're in the dance studio today, and I was just playing around.
Yeah, nobody's saying whether they saw it or not yet. Surely
Ooh,
somebody's in
I
the
hope they
house.
didn't.
Well, while we wait for them to answer, hey y'all, I'm Steve K5ATA. Thank y'all for being here. And we have the infamous. Got to get used to which way to point.
The Smoking Ape. Thanks for having me on. Good game, and thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it.
So, did y'all happen to see Ape doing the dance? He was kind of giving me the demo, and I kind of pulled a fast one and hit the button on him.
Oh man, I should have known better.
I won't know until we can watch the replay. We can
Hmm.
play it again, but I don't think I'm going to get Ape to stand up again.
No, no. Once I sit down, I'm setting.
I'm satin.
So how you feeling, brother?
Not too bad. I'm tired. I had the well. I thought I had the funk, but I had a couple tests and they both came out negative. And Joseph saying he didn't see you dance,
Oh, good, good.
but
Thanks, Joe.
so I actually have a video of it somewhere, but I was sworn to secrecy on that video, so I figure
Right. Well, there's proprietary information in that video that I don't know if you can show. It's just because of that.
but
Everybody'd have to sign a non-disclosure.
yeah, we don't want to go through all that. But anyhow, now both of my Rona tests came back negative. So I don't know what in the world I had, man. But I mean, I ran fever for 8 or 9 days straight.
But you
Not
had to have it, right? If your daughter's
and
got it and you're all hanging
well, my
around,
daughter had it. My wife and I both came down with symptoms within 12 hours of each other. And I mean, it was every symptom on the list except the losing your taste and stuff. So I was like, which was good. I mean, I needed my coffee. Although I was sick because I spent 2 days where I didn't really even drink coffee.
yeah, you must have
So
been feeling pretty bad. Did you ever lose the smell or taste?
no, I didn't lose either of those. And now, my sister's actually got it now, and she lives out in California. So of course I told her, I was like, so like, if I went and farted on you, you wouldn't even know it. And she's like, only you. I was like,
Right. Well, like that. My wife the other day was sitting in the room, and she's like, "I don't think I can taste this soda that I'm drinking. I don't think I can taste it." I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, are you?" She was being dramatical. She can taste everything now, I think that's one of the things that everybody worries about.
yeah, well, the child unit lost her taste and smell, and of course, me being the great parental unit that I am, To, what's up? I was shoving garlic and cider vinegar in her. I was testing the limits of it.
Yeah, well,
So
that's what's crazy. We had a guy at work that was in the office, and he was working with people, and he's like, "I can't taste anything," and we're like, "Go home," and he went home and he had it. Um, so Ishmael Samuel, he's a ham down in Dominica.
yeah,
He's posting in the comments, and he was chatting with me beforehand on Discord, and he asked me to give him a shout out. So it's J72IMS.
yes,
What's up, man? How you doing? I promised him I would.
you're such a good man, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, try. Every once in a while I try to do something.
But all right, let's scroll and see who we got in here, because I
See
was
Chuck.
yeah,
Chuck
I got
CJ.
busy trying to catch you dancing, and I kind of missed some of the role here. It's got Clark, Andy, James in the
Wingnut.
house. Wingnut, no, that's Nugget.
Oh, was that Wig Nugget?
Yeah, I call him Nugget. Um,
Got Don
Dan,
D.
Dan's here. Yep, got some of the Don Army in the house. Fried chicken for dinner, Dan. Okay, well, I'll take some
Speaking
of
of
that
Don
snack.
Army, Don Izzo, Smoke Signals RF is dropping a video on Thursday Night Ham Radio
There
tomorrow.
you go. So y'all make sure we'll plug that again at the end too. But Thursday night ham radio, it's on Thursday. Kind of hard to keep track of.
I have a hard time with it.
And Monday night ham radio went well this week. I always like those theme nights. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did a pretty good job with it.
So Ape, turn your green screen. He can see the studio. So appreciate that, dude. Thank you. But yeah, Ape and I were kind of jacking around before, and he had the green screen of a dance studio, and we're joking about the ape dance. And I tried to catch it. I might have caught a little bit of it. I kind of didn't warn him, and I hit the go live button. So that's why the intro was a little.
Well, yeah, the ape dance is a combination between the Smurf, the Charlie Brown, and the Dirty Squirrel. So if you know those dances, then you might be able to figure it out.
Does anybody here? I don't know any of those dances, I'm afraid. So
Sometimes I'll throw a little stinky leg in there too, but
I know the
only
stanky
once.
leg now. In
Right.
fact, the Charlie Brown. I think I know that one. I don't believe I could do it, but I'm sure I've got some Padawans that can do the Charlie Brown. But after that, I'm done.
That's
So,
funny.
so YV, wrong account. Realized no one knew who I was. So hello. All right.
So I put a new antenna up. Not a new antenna I've had. It is the Chameleon MCOM 3 portable, and I put it up for a video that I'm working on, and it says that it can tune 80, and so I've never really played around on 80, and I never tried this antenna on 80, and I did, and I was picking it up crystal clear yesterday. I mean, I could not believe how well I was getting 80, and I got to tell you, some of them boys on 80, they would make a CB or blush.
It's funny you say that because I have a buddy, and in fact, I gave him a little shout out in my Monday Night Ham Radio. He's the guy who made those laminated cards for my POTA stuff and whatnot, Curtis. And he said that he scrolled down into 80 the other day, and he's like, I mean, these guys down there, I mean, they're just
They're
different.
not playing.
Yeah, and he said, and of course, there's no call signs going anywhere. So,
None.
I was like, yeah, well, that's why I pretty much don't go to 80.
Well, everybody's always like, "Did you try 80? Did you try 80?" And I'm like, nah, because my antenna is a 40-meter unfed half wave, and I can sometimes pick up a little bit of 80, but it's a pain. It's a pain. So with this new antenna, well, this antenna that I put up, it was, I mean, I had zero noise floor. I couldn't believe it. But also, when you check the band conditions, 80's been good, marked good for the last couple of days. Um, so I've been playing. I was playing around on it. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, see, Ken's
And
in
then I
there
just
saying
could
he's
not
listening
believe it.
to 80.
It's like listening to the Super Bowl when you're going down the interstate.
Oh, you're not. Hang on, this is actually on 80 right now. Let's see, what's my note? See,
Be careful.
I've got like an S8 noise floor on 80 right now, but I've got like LED lights everywhere. That might.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Izzo's listening on 82. Y'all ought to see if you can work Ape on the air. Maybe we can get his call sign, Whiskey for Ape.
I'm afraid we're going to get demonetized.
So yeah, we might on 80. 39.27. All right, give me a second there, Ken. 39. All right, so
I mean,
you can't live without food. He says this is.
I've got an S1.
Nah, but like I said, I've got. Well, I don't know. Homie's running his mouth.
There you go. So I'll just go ahead and turn this
There you
off.
go. We have our own little QSO party right here.
Yeah, but I was just surprised.
Boys on. Yeah, they're 5'9" plus for me too, Izzo. So.
Well, you guys should check out my what the heck is a 5'9" video, because there is no plus.
So. What's 5'9", bro? So. But yeah. So North County ham, or Country Ham. Sorry, I like Country Ham. I don't know if I like North Country Ham, but that salty.
And I
ham.
love a good country ham.
But that's good stuff. Clark says he thought your call sign was Miller Lite. That's
is.
his CB handle.
Right.
You got to make sure you get the right thing, the right
Now,
personal radio service.
Back in the day, my CB handle was White Lightning.
I'm not going to ask why.
My car was white.
So,
I mean, that's going back to the '80s. That was in the in the late '80s.
So, all right. So, what you been up to, man? I didn't talk to you much. I didn't talk to anybody much last week.
You were laying low, man. So I put that antenna up, and the reason I did is I got the MAT 705 Plus tuner for the ICOM 705. So I've been playing around with that, and it's gotten mixed reviews. And there's actually a 70 MAT 705 that a lot of people were hating on, so they came out with a plus, and it works pretty well. I believe it can tune up to 1 to 30 tuning ratio, and I'm pretty happy with it. It is expensive. It was like $225.
I got a tuner in the mail today for, I don't know which one it is. It just it showed up in an MFJ box. It's an ICOM tuner, probably that
Oh wow!
7100.
I wonder if it's
So
for the 705. I have to call them boys up, see what they got going
it's
on.
3 times the size of the 705 if it is. So
This thing is, it's all plugged in, so I can't lift it up. But this thing is tiny.
then
I
this
mean,
ain't
it's
it, bro.
this
So
thing's like a pack of Virginia Slims, like a cigarette pack, but a little bit longer because of the extra filter.
so so MRD's in the house. He's really loving that Texas weather in the wintertime, but he claims he's good with hot.
He ain't.
But
Wait until the summertime and he's down there. He's going to be like, boys, I'm going back to Michigan.
I mean, I remember I moved to Houston in third grade, and we moved there from Hawaii, and
Mm-hmm.
so I was already used to hot. And
But not like that.
we got off the plane, and I was like, "Oh my lord, Dad, what have you done? The ants have wings here. I mean, they fly." He's like, "Well, this is where the work is, son." I was like, "Whew." He was an engineer, so he kind of moved a bunch.
Yeah, I went to Texas a couple times for work, and I've always had a really good time. I really liked Houston, not Houston,
Yeah,
Austin,
Houston's
Texas.
like the armpit kind of as far as like the mustiness of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy living there. I mean, I broke 4 arms,
Nice,
four of my arms and a couple of other people's, but
nice.
I had a fun time there. But it's like always muggy down there. It's just, but yeah, Austin, you got some great Mexican food too.
Yeah, it was fantastic. The food that was down there, and then we went to some really good steakhouses. But also, they have, I think it's Seventh Street. It might be Sixth Street, where they have all the live music. Got my picture taken with the Stevie Ray Vaughan statue. Uh, Drank a ton of Miller Lite. I mean, I had a fantastic time. I went like three times. I think I've been there. And then 2 years ago, we opened up a facility in Dallas. So I had a team down in Dallas, and I went down there to visit. And again, had a really really good time. Really great steakhouses down there.
So
I like eating
I'm
beef.
not sure what you mean. I have 4 AMR. I'm not sure what you're talking about, bro. Tail.
AMRS arms. He's got 4 arms like a bug.
Oh, he's typo. No, I've broken it different times. Although I did break this one thrice. It's a fancy way of saying 3 times at once. I learned a
Oof.
valuable lesson. Don't play chicken with a car on Crow Valley Boulevard.
Mm. I broke
Because
my fibula. I think is the bone in my leg 3 times over the course of 2 years.
I've never broken a leg. I
Oh
broke.
my god, it was the worst. Like they had to put this cast on that was like this giant, huge. It's like a fire hydrant. And I was like, I can't wait to get this cast off. But the second they turned it off, man, I felt like a turtle without a shell. My foot was all dried up. I'm like, put it back on. Put it back on.
Yeah, I've got my toe. My toe is actually sitting on my bookshelf in a little bottle.
Sweet.
So, well, the toe bone is I broke it kicking people too many times, and it got to where it was like all curled around like that. So I went to the doc and said, "Can you just cut that bad boy off?" And he convinced me to put some titanium thing in it instead. So I told him I'm leaving with my toe bone. So it's there. It still smells pretty musty too.
My one pinky toe, the nail is kind of on the side. I broke it really bad, stubbing it. And when it broke, I could turn it all the way around either direction. And it hurt really bad, but I drank a few Miller Lights and I felt fine. But I never
Takes
went
more
to
than a
the
few with Miller Lite.
yeah, I didn't go to the doctor to get it fixed or anything, but now it ain't right.
Yeah, well, you see, I did that with, and if you look when I drink my coffee, well, I'm not going to try to do it and show you. That finger right there, I kind of look like Chris or Callum when I
Yeah, I
drink
thought you was being a Frenchman.
when I drink coffee because that one kind of stays up, and that's because I broke it. I got it stuck between somebody else's toes, and he was kicking, and I kind of
What are you, a karate man or something
actually I
like that?
was. I owned my own karate place for years. I mean, but
Well, I got to tell you, man, I was a green belt in Taekwondo,
so
so I know a few moves.
is that where the ape dance stuff? Because you had some mad skills on the ape dance now.
Well, I'm flexible. I still practice my yoga.
So,
And then
but
I got this doohickey in the mail today. Um, it's a LC meter for measuring inductance and capacitance and all that stuff. Um, I'm going to try building some traps for a dipole. So
that sounds kind of technical.
got no idea what I'm doing, but I figure step one was get that meter.
Yeah, well, or just do it without the meter and just see what happens.
Well,
So,
I've been looking around trying to find good instructions on building them, and I really honestly can't.
Marty's like, this is like 80 meters. Let me tell you, son, I got gout.
It's funny. Temporary online saying smoking ape can touch his toes. I can actually put my palms flat on the ground without bending my knees.
Now, back in the day, I could actually stand with my heel against the wall and I could put my other foot and touch the toe above my head with my walls, keeping it straight. So,
You must have been a serious karate man.
not so much anymore. Now it might touch, but it'll never go back again. I'll be stuck.
Right, get stuck up there.
It's like kids are like, "Oh, really? You did karate? Can you do the splits?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just can't get back up." So, but anywho,
That's funny.
so yeah, we kind of talked about all our ailments for a minute, and but it was kind of on our minds because I saw
We're
the ape
talking 80
dance,
meters. Talking 80 meters.
80
Right?
meters, and I saw the ape dance before this, so it was kind of in me.
Right.
Are you actually drinking out of a cup?
I am drinking out of a cup. Got a little special mixture up in here, so I'll leave it at that.
That sounds like a plan because I'm already half a pot through my espresso today, so which I'm kind of bummed because that's the last of that bag of espresso, and I don't think I have another bag of it, so I'm gonna have to go back to like regular coffee.
But that espresso, that's the high power stuff, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm playing catch up. I mean, I went coffee free for 2 days, and I only had one cup of coffee for like at least another day or two, and so I got to get my caffeine level back up. I mean, that's probably why I was so wore out.
Yeah, I woke up yesterday and send it to me, Chuck. You got to help me out, brother. I got up this morning. I was dead. I had to get two Coke Zeros in. So look at this. Todd KM40CJ passed his extra.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to. I saw that. Good job, man. So
So not only does he have a hat that rivals the folks on Gunsmoke, if you take a look at his avatar, he's got got one
yeah.
of them cowboy hats. He's an extra. That's fantastic, bro.
So he's an extra cowboy. So
Radioactive says red solo cup. I lift you up to party.
yeah, but we don't
Well,
get to know what's in it.
this is a man size red
I
solo cup
noticed
too.
that's a Gigantor one.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm not ready to go that far yet. I'm afraid it won't stay. So I'm sticking. I'm happy to get coffee in. I only killed one pot at school today, and normally I'm good for at least 3 at school.
Well, they're saying that a lot of these tests are come back negative when you're positive anyway. The tests aren't reliable.
Well, that's what I had to talk to. Technically, the way it works at school is we don't. It doesn't matter how we feel. If the nurse says we're good, we're good.
And
And
I'm sure
so
she's very skilled.
and well, she's really good at giving me tones when I don't feel good. But so anyhow, so I had to go tell her. I'm like, look, this is what happened. Boom. I told her I didn't test positive after twice, and she did. She just came straight out and said, well, a lot of times they've been getting those false negatives, and so I was like, well, I hope so because I want the immunity. If I'm going to spend a week being sick, I want the freaking immunity, man. That sucked.
Well, here's what's tough about it, right? So like my daughter's
Man,
boyfriend is he's not feeling well. He's sick with something else, and he went to the doctors, and they told him that they need to do some tests, and they came back and said, "Oh, you've got the corona antibodies." So that means he had it at some point in time. And my daughter's over there all the time, and so we sent my daughter off to get the antibody test. And getting the antibody test, the doctor's like, nah, we're not going to do the antibody test. We're just going to go and we're just going to go give you the vac. We're going to sign you up for the vaccine. You can get the vaccine. Because my daughter does a lot of different types of work. Some of that's with kids. And so they were like, hey, we're just going to just get you the vaccine. And she's like, well, I don't want to get the vaccine if I've already got the antibodies. I don't need it. And the doctor's office is like, well, we're recommending the vaccine. And she's like, well, I'm recommending I get the damn antibody test. Um, so I'm like, look, I got cash. I'll pay for the test. You don't even have to bill the insurance, just test her. and turns out she got the test. Comes back, she's negative for the antibodies.
Huh. Well, I might get the antibody test at some point. So, just because I was like, well, of course they say the immunity only lasts like 3 to 5 months anyhow. So,
Yeah, well, yeah. So like I was reading, and that's a struggle for me because there's words, and they were saying that even if you get the vaccine is not a guaranteed. Hey, it's not like the measles vaccine where you're cured for life. You know what I mean? Like you, and apparently the vaccine doesn't cure, doesn't make it so you don't get sick. It makes you so you don't get the symptoms. So you can still catch COVID. You can still be contagious even after getting the vaccine.
that's good to know. Yeah,
Well, I'm not a doctor, but that's what I read in the
but
words.
you played one on TV once, so that
Why
counts.
identify as a
Well,
doctor?
that's all that really counts. If you identify as a doctor,
Right.
then we're good. So somebody earlier commented, did he already miss the talk about the FCC thing? And we're not going there today.
Yeah.
So
Not
I
not
forget who
interested.
that was, but no, that's all the talk you're getting out of that one.
Right.
Oh, we get to do this every year. I'm not sure what you get to do every year. I've kind of.
Yeah. So Smoke Signals RF. He said he used to work at Wawa a long time ago. They're really big up in the Northeast. We've got family up in New York and New Jersey. And man, do I love to go to Wawa when I'm up there. It sounds so white trash, but
What is a
I tell
Wawa?
you what, they got great chicken at the Wawa, like fried chicken, and they got great sandwiches.
What is? I don't even know what a Wawa is.
It's like a 612. I don't even know what you guys.
I don't know what a 612 is. I know what a
It's like a
7-Eleven is.
yeah. It's okay. So it's like a 7-Eleven.
I mean, I don't have those either, but I
What do
think
you guys got down there? The Circle K.
yeah, we got some Circle K's down here.
Probably got Sheets. Sheets is probably down there.
No, no sheets. I mean, the sheets I sleep on, but
Yeah,
that's it.
Sheets is pretty good too.
So Wawa. Uh oh. All right. So where can I find the closest Wawa to Oxford, Mississippi? Because
Google it,
Alan's in
son.
the house saying they got some coffee. So
When I was in college, I used to live on 7-Eleven. You just go up there and get the
I
big
lived
bite.
on. When I was in college, I went to North Texas, and they had this deal where if you buy this like it's I don't know 64-ounce coffee mug, and they had
Right.
intended for people to fill it up with Coke because nobody surely nobody's going to drink that much coffee. So you bought it, and then you got refills of coffee for like a quarter or something like that for like the rest of the semester. And I would wear that place out. I After every class, it's time for a refill. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so when I was in college, we go out partying and drinking beer all night and then end up at the 7-Eleven. And for $1.49, you get like a 32-ounce cold pop. And then you could get a big bite hot dog with it. And then you just load that thing up with chili and cheese. And
It's a good plan
you were
after that.
you were good to go. You were good to go.
So, yeah, I noticed we actually have a Crystal Burger here, and I drove by it this morning on my way to work. I hadn't been to town in a hot minute, and they have something called a Hangover Crystal. I'm not sure what that is.
What is it called? A hangover? What?
Hangover Crystal. All their burgers are called Crystal Burgers and stuff like
Mm.
that. So,
We had the big neighborhood party. We have this big party once a year. We have a band come in, like a banjo guy and all this stuff and play. And it's a lot of fun. And the next morning I got up and I wasn't feeling right. And so I was like, the only thing I know that really cures a hangover is a plate of bacon. And I didn't have a plate of bacon. So I drove up to the McDonald's, and I said, "Look, I need a pile of bacon." And the guy's like, "Well, we don't do that." I'm like, "But you got bacon in there, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got bacon."
so give me some bacon biscuits and hold
Yeah,
the
I was like, "Just
biscuit.
hook me up with a stack of the bacon." And he goes, "Well, I don't know how to do it." Like, can you add bacon to a sandwich? He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Just keep hitting that add bacon button, son." I was like, "I don't care what it costs. Like, $8, $10, whatever it is, but I need a stack of bacon, and I need it pronto."
Oh my! Oh, last
He
night.
hooked me up though. I got a little thing full of bacon.
So yeah, but their bacon's kind of floppy bacon. It's not great bacon.
It's not thick cut country bacon.
Yeah,
It
it's
was what
shaved bacon.
yeah.
It's like my wife likes on her sandwiches with her deli cuts. She's got to be shaved. She doesn't want to have to chew it.
No, I
Ishmael
want
saying he
to.
was on 80 last night and got a 5.9 plus 60 from.
That's not a real
Yeah,
RTS.
I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, Ishmael. You need to go watch the 8 video about what's 5.9, bro. So
Somebody commented. He says, just tell people they're 9/7. He goes, if you want to, or 7/9. Maybe, I can't remember which one it was, but I'm gonna do that.
it's like, I've got the Padawans practicing for their test, and I got probably 19 or 20 or so that'll be ready. And I got one,
Fantastic.
I got one kid that looks at me. He goes, I got 19 out of 16.
Right, right.
It's like, no, I don't think you understand the way this works.
I answered him twice.
It's like, I get that it adds up to 35, but you're not quite there, bud. And so I was like, whatever, man. But they're still going on about Wawa. So they're just in the Northeast. Then I gotta cruise up that way. So
Well, they're good, man. I got to tell you, a nice sandwich from Wawa. And whenever I go up to see my cousins up there, um, that's one of the things I always do.
well, I know I've got to go up to Connecticut in the summertime at some point. So surely I'll pass a Wawa at some point.
Well, you Izzo, and 741, right? You boys ought to meet up for a Wawa on the air.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, I'm not going to tell my wife it's a Wawa on the air, though. She might wonder. I'll say we're going to go do some POTA after we go to the Wawa.
Oh,
But
that's funny.
he's taking an eighth test. I can't keep up with it today, man. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
that's going by fast.
well, I'm done. It killed me today. I'm just worn out. What's my child unit saying? Oh, she knows not to. She texted me from work in the middle of my stuff. Son, Wawa Woda. Hey, that one. Izzo, you still in here? If so, we can see if we can hook us up a Wawa Woda. Ken got his 7300 today. Good deal.
Hey, you're gonna love it.
It's a great rig, man.
I got to tell you though, so my buddy, the one who helped me out with the juice box, that let me see, I got it right here actually, so I'll just show you real quick. This little portable power solution that saves my life. He got the Yaesu DX 101 MP. It's like $5,000, that radio. And then he set up some remote control software, so I was playing around with it. That thing is sweet. I mean, it is sweet, sweet. I couldn't believe it.
$5,000. That's a lot of radio.
Yeah, it sure is. So I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, I could probably get 800, maybe 750 for the 7300, and then if I maybe go sell some plasma.
You can sell you can sell a lot of radios for a good price right now.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
the
But
7300s on, where was that? I was looking just the other day. They're like listed 12 and $1,300 still. These guys on Amazon, I guess.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like they've got them on Amazon. I guess I don't know why, but maybe they'll ship overseas or something. I don't know, but still, yeah. And Mike's in there saying still a Yaesu. Yeah, I've got a few dead ones of those.
Well, the thing is like I would really like a nice remote capability for the 7300. And it just the setup that my buddy had for his 101. I mean, it blew me away how easy it was to remote a station. Full feature, full screen, waterfall, all the controls. I mean, it was nice. And I haven't seen anything like that for the 7300. It could be that I'm not knowing what I'm doing, which could be easily the case. But I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, Andy says
Really impressed.
he needs a cheap 7100. I like that 7100. I mean, I get that it doesn't have a tuner and stuff in there, but I got ham sticks, and that's what I've got in the truck right now.
I'll tell you, one of my biggest regrets is I bought a 817 over the 7100 a few years ago.
And I like that little dude. Ishmael still hadn't watched your video, man. Now he's saying he got a 5.9 plus 10.
Oh Lord.
Got to go watch it. So, let's see. We got some other folks in the house. Got 45 people in here. So thank y'all for being here. So yeah. Anyway, the Padawans. Hopefully, well, I told them. I said we're getting this bad boy done before that fee kicks in. The first round, anyway. I know obviously there'll be several that need the second round, but
Yeah, and that fee's a little bit of a kick in the pants because then you normally you have to pay a little bit of a donation to the club, right? That's giving you the
I
test
don't.
too.
I'm fortunate. Our club it's a Laurel affiliated club, and I mean they could not make doing this testing easier for me. They come to my school to do it. Like they ran 2 rounds of testing for me last year, and it was I we took over the cafeteria, and they came there, they brought everything. That I mean, they were up at 7:30 in the morning, or at there at 7:30 in the morning, because I told them we have to be out by 10 for the cafeteria folks to get ready for lunch. And I mean, it's completely free. They don't, and they even extend a year of club membership to all the Padawans. Just hey, come by. They're trying
But I
they're
mean,
trying to
that's
yeah they're trying to cater some content for them to. They've done a good job with it, so I
and
appreciate that.
that's awesome.
But yeah, if it was like some of these other ones, they $15 whatever for a test, that their money adds up quick in that case. So
Well, I think I told you when I got tested, they weren't taking the one time they weren't taking donations or anything. They weren't asking for them. I think I gave the guy like $10 or something, but I was like, "Look, man, I got some beers out in the car. You want to come out get a cold one?"
yeah, but he knew what was in the car. It
Yeah, and they
wasn't
were
it
like,
wasn't real. It was that Miller Lite stuff.
"Yeah," but they were also giving the test in a church, so they probably didn't want to.
If it's Catholic church, you're good.
Yeah, you're fine drinking in there, but
So
well, they say the same thing about Episcopals. You know what they say every time you find four Episcopals?
no.
There's always a fifth.
So
I'm just kidding. I'm not making fun of church people.
we're not going political, but let's talk religion for a minute. So just cause it's entertaining, but yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get that done, and some of them kind of slipped backwards because I was obviously out for a good almost 2 weeks with
Well,
that.
yeah,
So
I would imagine that without being reinforced every day, it's a little bit of an issue, right?
and you know how it is. I mean, I imagine how you were when you were in school and you had a sub. It was
I just one was not paying attention for
the
sure.
wheels fly off, and you know, so excuse me, we could get them reined back in and get them done. And my buddy Curtis is in the house. I saw him, and he is learning why it's important to have that extra right now, because he's been trying to pick up some DX and worked all states and stuff, and he's seeing quite a few of them just outside of where he's allowed to go.
Yeah, I almost responded to a Parks on the Air guy the other day that was on an extra frequency.
And
And
honestly, I don't. I have to consciously think about it. I'm like, oh, hang on, let me make sure I'm in the general area, because I just don't think I just tune wherever it's empty, and sometimes that's the only place you find an empty spot.
well, I had the laminated printout around here somewhere, but now I can't find it, so I guess I got to go do that again. Um,
So I know a guy who can do some laminating now.
oh yeah, I'll have to
So,
talk to him.
but dad jokes for the win. So yeah. Oh, YVY. He's not close to me. He and I are gonna go activate a part, or he's not far from me, I should say. He's only 30 minutes from me. If I can get there faster if I turn on my fire lights.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he got the 5 O lights if I remember correctly.
I think so. His lights are better than mine. His are blue in our state, which means he can run whatever he wants to.
Yeah,
Mine are red, which means as long as I'm not in town, I'm usually okay until I pass a trooper at 90.
right. And he's
But
like, "Son, let me talk to you about the rules."
he normally has to catch me.
Yeah,
So
so you being under the weather, you probably haven't done anything with radio, huh?
not a bunch. I've done a little bit of, I've got the other gig going now too with the ARRL, so I've kind of getting my feet wet with that. It's it's
That sounds like it's fun though.
it's fun, and that's what If I'm gonna have a second job to be that busy, it's a good one to have, and it's. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with the direction they want to go. I understand a lot of people have that ARRL block or whatever, but they're trying to turn that ship, and
Well, I mean, the thing is that there's not a lot of support for amateur radio operators out there, and I get that everybody's going to have a hill to die on issue, but surely the ARL is doing something that you can agree with, right? And it's the nice and the right thing to do is to support them. Like I wasn't a member for a long time, and then we did that YouTubers bunch where we talked about it, and I listened to it, and I was like, you know what? I'm being a jackass by not supporting these guys. There's plenty that I'd like to see more band preservation. I would like to see the Antenna Reciprocity Act or whatever the heck it's called For HOAs, I'd like to see some more work there, but we need advocates in the ham radio space, and they're the biggest one.
That and the thing I'm working on with them is they're creating, and it's already there and kind of sort of. And in fact, I think I showed it last week when I don't remember honestly. I was running like 101 point something during my stream last week, so I don't remember what I said. But they've got a whole little learning center that they're building, and they're going to build courses. And it's not just target. A lot of people like myself. I'm geared a whole lot towards those new hams, and they're like, well, no, they're doing stuff for new hams. They're doing stuff for that may be new to hams that have been here for a while. They've got a big plan. It's just like I said, it's a bunch of stuff to tackle. But I'll
And
say
that's awesome
I'm
because
I'm
like
impressed with the speed at which they're wanting to move right now.
that's really cool because the thing is with the diversity in ham radio and amateur radio, you're never done learning, and there's so much new stuff that comes out, and just new technologies, new integration points, new stuff that you're always learning, right? That's where people are like, oh, you seem like you know a lot. I'm like, I don't know jack, son. You know what I mean? Like I learn stuff every day. Um,
Well, and it's one
so
of
that's
those.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, even when you know a lot, there's still massive amounts of stuff that you don't know. I mean, I know a little bit about a lot of things, but I told you before the chat, I was talking to Dr. Tamitha Scove, the solar update lady.
Right.
And dude, you want to talk about somebody that'll make you feel stupid in a minute? She knows some stuff, man. I'm serious. I was just like, holy cow. I mean, and she didn't even go all that deep on the solar stuff. I mean, it was, there are some folks out there that know. I mean, they know plenty that we can all learn. So,
Yeah, I have been reading a little bit more about solar indices, and just trying to learn a little bit more in that space. And what's crazy is that I was really interested in gray line propagation, and all these people come out and they say, this is exactly how gray line works. And at the end of the day, there's no real consensus on it from what I can tell, because a lot of people were saying it's when the daylight, because like your gray line is not in the direct rays of the sun. So it's just when the rays of the sun are cutting through the edge of the atmosphere or the ionosphere specifically. And people were like, well, that light is doing the ionization. And it's not true, because the light comes through the ionosphere all the way down to the ground on the earth.
so,
And
so
they're like, no, it doesn't work that way. And I read this compelling argument that when you actually make gray line contacts, it's not along the gray line. Because a lot of people say you're making contacts along that because of the way the D layer is propagating right at the gray line. A lot of people are saying that you're making long path contacts. I was like, what? It seemed crazy. So it's still got a lot of learning to do there. I'm obviously not an expert on it, but it was really, really interesting stuff.
yeah, Andy said, yeah, but she's just a tech. I'm just telling you, dude, she will melt your brain. I mean, it was. I ran out of Q-tips trying to clean up after my brain was dripping out of my ear, dude. It was. And that was, hour and a half talking to her on the phone. I said, holy cow. I mean, I got to take notes for next time.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, I had a general ask me if a 3-to-1 or a 5-to-1 SWR was bad. Um, your license level to me doesn't speak anything to your capabilities and skill set.
No. So, Dan's in there saying gray line is witchcraft. Yeah.
It is voodoo, especially when you factor in that the Earth is actually technically flat. It really makes you wonder how it
Yeah.
works.
How does that work when it's flat?
Well, it's because like if you aim a flashlight on the floor, the way that works. But um, I still got some. Like I said, I got some more reading, some book learning I got to do on
So,
it.
if it's all flat, then, it's all pretty much line of sight anyway.
It is, but see, you got the wind. The wind blows those things around too.
So, hang on. There was something I was going to say, and then you kind of threw me off of that. Who was that? Somebody said something I wanted to. Oh, yeah. Ishmael, shoot me an email, Ishmael. I got a favor to ask you. That,
Who do you want to? Do you want to stay with them when you go down to Dominica?
nah, I'm not going to Dominica.
I
I,
got to tell you, when he told me he lived in Dominica, I did some googling. It's beautiful down there.
so, yeah. I don't
That's
know.
the kind of place I could sit around, smoke cigars, and drink rum drinks. I guess is what they drink down there. Some of them rum drinks all
I'll
day
go to
long.
Alaska before I go to Dominica.
Nah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Alaska, but Some of those pictures look pretty nice down there in Dominica.
Yeah, I'm good. I lived in Hawaii for a few years. I've done my tropical bit. I'm good. So,
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii a couple times. It was nice. I liked it. It was expensive as hell, but it was nice.
so hang on. Ooh, this might be bad, Ape. I think my thermos might be nearing the end. Just
Well,
as
we only got 21 minutes to go, and I don't even know because I don't know what the schedule is because nobody tells me. But is he hosting a Ham Nation
yeah,
tonight?
he is. He's this is the other week. I think last week we thought that we weren't sure, and so yes, this is the other week. So Josh has got Ham Nation tonight.
Yeah, and I want to do some more plugins. So tomorrow, the Dude, Ham Radio Dude, and To are doing another FT8 off,
Yep.
and then we got a couple of videos, including Don Izzo's Thursday night debut on Thursday Night Ham Radio,
You got to make sure you're there for that one.
and then we've got the dummy load build on Kyle's channel at 8 Central, I think. And we were joking around about what kind of oil we were going to use up in that thing. Let me see if I actually got mine right here. And everybody's like, you need to use unspirited mineral oil, but I got baby oil is what I'm going to be using.
Well, Tio's got bacon fat.
Yeah, we were joking around about that, and he rendered down a couple of pounds of bacon, and he got himself a quart of bacon grease. And he says he might actually try to drink a little bit of it on air. So we'll have to
Yeah, I
see.
understand that there's a little bit of a bet going on there. Something like he has to drink a pint, if I remember right. He has to drink a pint of it.
Yeah, and keep it down.
And then,
Like, I'm not impressed if you drink it. I'm impressed if you keep it down.
yeah, I can drink it, just don't expect it to stay.
At work, we had a guy that was saying he could, we're talking about the gallon of milk challenge. Have you ever heard of that? Like
Yeah.
trying to keep a gallon of milk down. And he was like, I could do that if I put strawberry quick in it. It's like, to me, the strawberry quick is what make it turn around. But we mixed him up a gallon of strawberry quick, and he didn't get very far in it before he tapped out. Didn't throw up, but he didn't make it far.
Yeah, so Tio said a pint is a G90 for him. And so, yeah, I'm trying to, if I can remember the conversation from the other night correctly. It's a G, what was it if, something like you had to eat a hot chip or something with it too to get a
I thought he had to
705
drink it and keep it down for an hour. But I would want a camera on him the entire hour.
Yeah, I would say he has to slam that bad boy right at the beginning of.
Yep. And then the hour ticker starts once he's done. Like you got to get it down in 10 minutes, maybe something like that, 5 minutes, and then then the hour counter starts.
Yeah, it's not from when you first start drinking. Well, of course, if you just try to sip it down, that's going to be rough. And you better invest in 3,300 calories. You better invest in some Charmin, brother, because it's fixing to get
that's
rough.
That's going to grease everything. It's going to grease the whole track.
Your system's going to be high functioning.
Oh my god! And it's got all them floaters in it. Like if you saw the,
You almost got me on the coffee on that one.
Right, but I'm saying that bacon grease in purified. You know what I mean? Like when he was showing the jar, there's all this sediment down at the bottom of it and stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh my. So Ishmael, I got your email, man. I'll email you after. So it's not a question. It's a favor I need. I need a video of you doing something if you're cool with that. So, well, in fact, I'll just throw it out there. And
I was gonna say I'd starting to sound suspect, son.
So
don't do it.
So what I'm looking for is video of folks in different parts of the world and in America too, but basically having a good time doing Parks on the Air activations. Just a little clip and maybe working. It doesn't have to be long, 15, 30 seconds or something of having a good time. And I'm trying to put something together. And I'll just tell you now, this is for what I'm doing with the ARRL. So if you're not cool with that, don't send me a clip. But obviously I'll contact you afterwards if you do send me one anyhow. But it's just kind of a project I'm working on that I thought would be kind of cool to show, some different folks doing it and different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and stuff like that. So
that sounds awesome. We got a Deutschlander up in here. I have to scroll all the way back. DE2 something. I'm not sure the feller's name, but
And
he's in the chats all the time.
Andy's here. That'd be cool.
Get that German folk, get that German dude up in there doing talking a little Deutsch in the ham radio.
But anyhow, so yeah, anybody who's watching this or listening or whatever, you know, my email is goodgamehamradio@gmail.com. So
And you should reach out to Hayden too. You got a British guy there, right?
I don't know that he's a British guy.
Well, I went to Australia. I don't know. I don't know how many times. I travel a lot for work. I don't know how many times I've been there. Um, they all seem British to me. Well, maybe I'm mistaken or something like that, but it seemed like a bunch of Brits down
So
there.
now, didn't Australia get created because the Brits used to go drop off their bad guys there?
They just drop off all the prisoners down there because they
Yeah,
ran out of space.
it's like, oh, just drop you off. I don't think they expected them to survive. And
Well, I went to Hong Kong and half the people there are British. I was like, there's more British people here than in Britain.
so Marty, it for the series is all about parks on the air. So I mean, operating portal, yeah, you can send me that because I promise you, I can use it in a different series. But I mean, seriously, the amount of stuff that I have to create is just this mass. I've got this list of content that I have to try to sift through. So I'm tackling POTA as one of them early on. So
T.O. is already walking back his tough talk. He's saying he's got to make another pint of bacon fat. He's not
oh, here
drinking a
we
ton of
go.
low pints. See, I knew it. I knew it. He was just talking tough.
So now you don't have to be in a mountain, Ishmael. I mean, it's a park. It's not a soda. It's a POTA.
Just go outside and nobody will know the difference,
Yeah,
Ishmael.
just make sure you shout out, CQ POTA, CQ POTA, Parks on the Air.
Doing that POTA thing.
Doing that POTA thing. Yeah, Curtis, he's the history teacher at school. He says, yeah, Australia was a prison colony. So it's pretty inhospitable although my dad spent a few years working there, coming and going from the States, and he loved it there.
Well, like
So,
I was in downtown Sydney walking around, like on a busy road where there's buses and taxis and all that stuff, and you could hear a pin drop. Like that was the thing that stuck out to me the most was like when you're in New York City, you hear people screaming, yelling, shooting, you know what I mean, sirens going off and all that stuff. Not, completely quiet in Sydney.
yep, Ham Radio Dude told T.O. that he would donate the G90 if he doesn't finish the pint. So either way, whether he finishes it or not, a G90 is going somewhere from Ham Radio Dude, which tells you.
Well, he shouldn't accept it unless he does all the whole pint. Otherwise, that would be low
Well, I
rent.
think the thing is, T.O.'s not getting the G90 if he doesn't finish it. I think Dude's going to donate it to somebody who may need a G90 kind of thing. I don't know all the
Maybe
technicalities of it, but the dude's a good dude, honestly. So if y'all are not subscribed to Ham Radio
him
Dude,
ready to do. Yeah, no, he's
you need to make sure you
he's all
get it.
right.
So he's a good addition to the group for sure. But let's see, what else we got.
The ham radio dude actually turned himself in for keying up out of band.
He did. You might want to take that under advisement, Mister Curtis. so,
I'm like, son, it ain't illegal unless you get caught.
so yeah, I mean it's. But yeah, he did. He emailed the 80. In fact, he made a video on it, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
that's disrespectful. He's like, oh well, I'm sorry guys, I did this. And he probably still got some hate on that video too. It's like, dude, he fessed up when he screwed something up. What's the
Oh
problem
man, I'm
now?
all that. It wasn't me.
So, hang on. What's my child? My child is wearing me out. I hate to do this.
Yeah, she doing all right. She's all cured up, right? Get the taste back for the tacos.
Yeah, she's got the taste back. In fact, she had Buffalo Wild Wings. The nice thing about having a child unit who can drive is I have a delivery service now. So it's I keyed it into Buffalo Wild Wings, and she brought home some wings last night, and somehow or another she's taken a liking to wings all of a sudden, and
I love wings.
man,
I
she's
love wings. I've
she
got 3 pounds falling out in the fridge. I get butcher box once a month, which is like all this like healthy meat delivered to the house. And so I took 3 pounds of the frozen wings out and I got them thawing in the fridge. And I'm going to make some hot habanero wings tomorrow.
I'll be over. So
I like them when you're eating them, you're sweating, you're almost crying. You know what I mean? Like it
it's a weight loss
hurts.
plan. It helps compensate for the for the quantity of
I'm
Miller Lite
starting to
you're
get the
taking in.
sweats. I'm starting to get the sweats thinking about it.
So yeah, Tio says Jerica Hub. Yeah, it was handy, I tell you. But she likes the Asian zing. She goes, does have a little bit of kick to him, but not much. I'm like, there you go, girl. You halfway up the scale now. You're starting to grow up, be a big kid.
Well, we have a Thai place by my work, and I went in there and they had some kind of noodle, something or other, and it had a little pepper next to it. And I'm like, "Is this spicy?" And the lady's like, "Yeah, it's spicy. You want it spicy?" I was like, "Yeah, I want it spicy." And she's like, "Do you want it white person spicy or do you want it Chinese spicy, Asian spicy?" And I was like, I don't know, maybe in between. How about we start with that?
So now, back when my wife and I first got married, we used to watch this dude on TV, Tommy Tang, little,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's Thai cook. Anyway, so I used to be, Chef Boyardee Steve, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna whip up some Tommy Tang for, we'll invite the families. We had both sets of parents over and whatnot, and I was gonna whip up some Tommy Tang, and I made it by the recipe. And brother, I'm telling you, the only two people in the house that were able to eat it were me and my dad. I mean,
You're
because
cooking by the book.
her dad took a bite, and the sweat was just like, oh, Sterling's in the house now. Sterling made some kind of soup. I think I saw it on his Twitter or something. Dude, that was, I don't know, that was good looking soup right there.
I need to slide into Sterling's DMs. He and I are supposed to be talking about the schedule for YouTubers Ham Fest Part 2.
Part do you?
Yeah. So we're looking at the YouTubers Ham Fest coming at you Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So the planning has already started. So y'all go ahead and plan on making sure you were available that weekend.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Sterling, what was that soup that you made? Or maybe that was it. It was that the cow soy thing that you put up there. Anyway, it looked good. I don't know if it was good, but it made me hangry just looking at it.
Hangry.
And I was sick when I saw it, and it made me hangry. So was it as good as it looked? That's the question.
Yeah, and they got this Thai place. They got this stuff called chili paste, and it looks like pickle relish, but it's with chili peppers,
Yeah.
and it's like that kind of stuff. Man, I love that stuff so much. I went to I don't. I'm trying to say this without. Look, I'm ignorant. I'm trying to say in it without offending anybody. I went to the Asian market. I think is what it's called, and got me a big old peanut butter sized jar of that stuff. I'll put it on everything.
So that stuff's good stuff. In fact, I was so upset. I brought a new hot sauce to school today, and when I opened it, the bottle top broke. I mean, that like snapped in half and glass went down. I was like, man, it's a brand new bottle of sauce now.
I'll send you a link for the sauce I've been buying off of Amazon. It's like $8 for like a 22-ounce squirt bottle of this like habanero. It's like a Belizean habanero. It's like yellow sauce. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's got the right heat and flavor profile. Like sometimes I don't like it if it's just like blazing heat with no taste to it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I don't really like Tabasco.
Yeah,
I would rather put a whole bunch of like Texas Pete on something
yeah.
than
I like Texas
Tabasco,
Pete a lot,
because
and I like that Tapatio.
Tapatio on popcorn's good stuff, man.
I'm gonna drop a little knowledge here. So when you buy hot sauce, the bigger the hat of the person on the bottle, the better the hot sauce. So you look at that Tapatio, and my man got a sombrero like wider than his shoulders, and that's how you know it's good.
Yeah, it's like our new Cowboy Extra hat.
Yeah. And now Texas Pete has got a cowboy on there with a hat, respectable hat, not a big hat, but Texas Pete's good hot sauce. Tabasco, there's no dude with a hat, and
No, that's
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. And MRD's in there saying, "Oh, that's my favorite." Well, that's because you're from Michigan. You got to go try some real stuff now.
Well, I got to tell you, Tabasco Chipotle flavored sauce. Now that's good.
That's good, but just plain old Tabasco is not so good.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, Texas Pete is good stuff. So, but let's see. So, what have you got planned? I was planning on doing the dummy load build, but I'm gonna have to see if I can get all my stuff put together in time. I think I'm
I got to
still
clean up my
lacking.
desk.
I'm
This
lacking.
is
I think I'm lacking the copper wire. I might have. I got some Romex that I can do some of that.
You probably can. I bought 10 feet of soft copper wire. I only need like 2 feet of it. I'll email you some,
Yeah,
and
do that. I'll 3D print it.
it's around here somewhere. But I'm just going to make a ladder with those resistors I'm going to solder those resistors to the two pieces of wire, make a big loop with them. Actually, here, I'll see if I can show you this. I already made this is the lid for my mason jar. So that's the, what is it, 259, 239 connector.
Yeah.
And that's the other side where I'm just going to solder everything on. So I'm good to go. We're scheduled for 90 minutes. I don't think it's going to take that long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I've got all the parts here. It's just I had.
And then I got the baby oil, so
Mm,
I should be good to go.
so and I'm anxious to see the TO with the bacon, bacon grease, trying to do it that way. So hopefully I'll get
Like
it
I
done.
said, the bottom of that, he's got like about an inch of sediment up in that joint.
Yeah, you might have to get the spoon out. Well, it said drink. You're gonna have to get that heavy duty, Starbucks Frappuccino straw. I've got the resistors handy. I know where those are. I can find the
Did you
rest.
test them?
Does it look like I've taken them out?
I don't know. Like so, I got mine over here. I ran through all mine yesterday, and they all tested out good. So
So no, I guess I should, but and I do have a paint can somewhere because my wife fussed at me because she came in and kicked it.
mm.
But hopefully I can come up with copper wire somewhere.
Yeah, well, you can use that copper strand out of the Romex, right? You should be fine with that.
Yeah, I've got some Romex out there. I'll just strip
What do
it
they
down.
call it? The common wire in that thing.
Oh, it's the one I need wire is what it is.
Mm.
And that stuff's been in the shed for, well, I've lived here 13 years and I brought it with me from Texas, so it's been there a minute. So he has some homemade hot sauce that you could start a fire with. That sounds like an invitation to send out some homemade hot sauce, Todd. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I made a bunch of the Belizean habanero hot sauce. Like I made quart jars of it a couple years ago. I love that stuff. I love it.
So yeah, you're gonna have to send me that link, and I'm gonna order some.
Yeah, well, they've also got other flavors. Like they have a ghost pepper. I haven't tried any of the other flavors. Just the habanero.
So sweet. So other than that, that's my. I got to do some. I guess I got to play with that tuner I didn't know I was getting. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
my wife's like, "What did you order?" I'm like, "Nothing. I promise."
Yeah, that's a. It was funny. My work sent me a bunch of stuff today, like just like logo or company logo branded clothes and stuff. But I didn't know what it was when the box showed up. And she's like, "What is this? You got enough crap up there already?" I'm like, "I've got no idea." And
Um,
what's funny is I'll get boxes to TheSmokinApe from a couple different folks that I work with, and I'm always like, I've got. She's like, "That looks expensive." I'm like, "I don't even know what it is. Just
yeah,
relax."
that's what this. She watched me open it. She goes, "What is it? What is it?" I was like, "I didn't order it." And see, I know I have something coming tomorrow that I actually bought. I bought one of those the Icom, the little V86s, the little 7-watt jobber.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
I didn't have one, and yeah, I kind of feel like I need to finish out the.
Is that two? It's a 2 meter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's the one that like Adam has one for when he does
The
his
sport.
soda
Don't they call it the
stuff.
sport or something like that?
I don't know. I got it for like $100, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's like I I grabbed it. Got to finish out the little
Yeah,
icon
when
one here.
I've got a pre-approved slush fund, and then when I bought the 705, I had it on the desk in the bedroom, and I was working with it. And she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just a radio." And she's like, "Well, that looks like an expensive
No,
radio."
it's little.
Right. But I came clean. I fessed up. I was like, "No, I bought it."
I bought it, but it's a little radio, so it's okay. So Izzo says he likes cornbread. My wife makes a mean cornbread casserole, which I didn't think would be good because it's got the word casserole mixed with cornbread.
Right.
But basically, you put like jalapeno peppers and I don't remember what else he puts in there. But
Stuff.
dude, it's
Well, I gotta tell you, here's another. I'm gonna give another good hint. There's this stuff called Mike's Hot Honey. I don't know if it's expensive, but it's good. It's like this super spicy honey. Put that in your cornbread, and then you get a nice piece of spicy cornbread. It's fantastic.
might have to try that too. So, all right, well, we are coming up on the hour, man. So if you
Yeah.
go ahead and throw out, let's see, tomorrow is Thursday Night Ham Radio,
Yep.
starting at what's the first kickoff time?
I think 5:15 Central is
So
when the boys go with FT8 off.
so 5:15, and then got the build night, which I may or may not be ready for. We shall see. And
Well, you can do it, son.
So well, I gotta actually get out there to the shed and see if I can find the Romex, because
Gotcha.
I can't ask for help on that one, because then she'll say, "I told you to clean that shit out."
Right. This is your fault.
So I'm like, I got to go find it on the sly.
Yep.
Um,
All right, brother. Well, thanks for having me
no
on, and
problem, man.
thanks,
Thank you.
thanks to everybody for watching.
And for those of you who I haven't gone back to see if I got it. I did try to get the ape dance at the beginning.
4:15 Central. T.O. corrected
4:15. So we shall see if we got the ape dance. This is a stupid ladybug that keeps flying around here. And hopefully I got you dancing at least a little bit in there.
you. Yeah, hopefully.
All right, man. I'll talk to you
All
later.
right. Take care.